Can this mini driver knock our drivers out of the bag? Well, let's find out.
Past my drive. Right, well, I'm going to take this.
God, that was absolutely crunched.
I'd absolutely play this.
But first, we had one job. We had to see how far our current drivers are going. We looked at our clubhead speed, our ball speed, and our carry distance, because we need something to compare it to. These are our ballpark figures for the day, and this is what we're going to hold up against the mini driver.
What do you think of the Elite driver, by the way?
I've hit it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Only in the simulator. It feels nice. It feels like some of the older TaylorMade. You know the R11 TaylorMade? It felt like that to me. But like I say, I've only hit it a couple of times. Not seen these mini drivers. So.
I've not seen these. As you can see, these are literally straight out of the box. I've saved them for us to do it together.
Wow.
What do you think? Now, go on, Dale, do the honours. Take the wrapper off that. So we've decided to go for the 11.5. A few reasons. It's the lower lofted one, but also it's exactly the same loft as what you're using in your spec right now.
Yeah.
And you've lofted that up so people can see this here. I've got a 9 degree lofted up to 10, and Dale's got a 10.5 lofted up half a degree. Is that
1 degree?
1 degree.
Up to half.
So 11.5. Now, this is going to be interesting because everyone, I'm going to say I think Tommy Fleetwood's actually gaming one this week at the Masters. We're filming this Masters week. So there you go, put them side by side. That is the middle of the range in the Callaway this year. This is the mini driver. It literally is a mini version. It looks a little straighter here, I would say, at this part. What are your thoughts? It does actually look quite small, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not as small as I thought it was going to be before we got out of the bag.
So it's shorter shaft length, more loft. All these ideas help golfers essentially hit it straighter more often. So without further ado, shall we get some hits? So just to give you an idea, that is the difference in the length of these. This is my driver in Callaway, and then this is the mini driver. Now, the reason, if people are thinking we're not going to put this shaft in the mini driver, is because the idea of a mini driver, as I said a minute ago, is that it's a shorter shaft. Now, do you want me to go first? Or you?
Yeah,
first?
sure. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. And mini drivers, talk to me. Like, have you ever tried one? You ever gamed one? Ever thought about gaming one?
I have a 5-wood, which is the closest thing to that.
Okay.
Like I say, Callaway Big Bertha.
Yeah.
Was obviously a driver
yeah,
way back.
But probably around this size.
Probably similar size to that, but nothing in between for me.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because you don't actually see that many tour pros game it. It's sort of like, I remember at the Open last year, a few of the guys had a few of like mini drivers in the bag, but they don't seem to stay in the bag for a prolonged period of time. I know Mickelson's been known to use a mini driver. I think he's used one at the Masters as well. But yeah, I'm intrigued. So I'm going to leave this on the neutral setting because that's what I've got mine set up at. But Dale's got his ping set on the draw. So after a bit couple, we're going to move it into here. So it's as close as possible to what you're gaining. Because I think that's the fairest test. Do you think you're going to be longer or shorter with it?
Well, I would imagine shorter if it's sort of maybe 3-2-wood territory, I imagine.
Well, I'm not going to tell you your stats at any point in this until we finish hitting.
Okay.
Because I think it's really interesting. Because my theory is, because it's a slightly shorter shaft, a lot of people then find the middle a little bit more, which then get a bit more ball speed. Because you struggle with heel strikes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This could be very, very interesting. I'm excited because actually you could see a massive improvement in ball speed just because that shaft is shorter.
With those trousers, I think you're good to go.
I'm getting a lot of hate for these trousers. What do we think? Is it giving tea towel vibes or your nan's curtains?
Tablecloth.
I don't think they're going to be on again from the stick I'm getting right now from everybody. And probably everybody in this comments as well. Right, okay, so I've teed it up at this height today. I've gone for like, I would say just slightly higher than I would 3-wood. Like that's where I'm sort of thinking with this. What are your thoughts? I know you've not hit one before, but are you going to go higher? Are you going to go lower?
I feel like if I was to use a 5-wood, I'd put it on maybe a little red tee.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe something similar, maybe just a slightly higher.
Okay.
Probably a little bit higher than that for me, I would imagine.
Right, I want you to call out my stats after I've hit this first one. So we're both going to hit a few drives off the deck and off the tee peg to start with. Oh my God, how high was that?
Beautiful.
That was ripped. Well, it's definitely straighter on the first shot. I think that's a bit shorter, isn't it? That spun quite a lot for me.
So 243 yards.
Yeah.
And 103.8 mile an hour speed. Smash factor 1.5, so really
Okay,
great
right
strike.
out the middle.
155 ball speed.
Look at that.
That's the spin was higher. Spin was 3.3.
Spin was 3.3.
Yeah.
Ball speed was 155. I mean, with a little bit of tweaking straight away, this could be really good. That felt really good off the face. That felt, I mean, I can say this because I'm using it, you use a ping. It felt exactly the same as like the standard driver this year. Very, very solid off the face. Right, okay. Oh, that was a bullet. That was a bullet. So a 238 carry, 2.6 spin, 1.47 smash, 106 club head speed and 155 ball speed. I'm very, very happy with these. Right, they'll jump in. Oh, we need to do this, don't we? So as we said, we're going to put this. And this is actually a really good thing with this mini driver. Not many mini drivers actually give you the option to sort of move the weight around, which is very exciting because it sort of gives you that ability to, I guess, match what you would do if you had a driver.
Yeah.
And again, I go back to this point. If you're someone who has a scattered strike pattern, I'm not saying you have a scattered one, but it's definitely more heel bias. Yeah, you said it yourself. This excites me because I think you're going to be able to find that middle a little bit more. Right, so go on, give me, before you even hit a shot, give me like your initial thoughts on this. Like, you're putting it down, does it feel really short? Does it feel like you're going to find the middle more?
It does feel 5 wood length.
Okay.
When you said mini drivers, first thing this morning, panicked a little bit, not gonna lie, but actually the footprint of it, it's I know it sounds daft to say it's a smaller driver, but it doesn't, it's not scary to look at.
Do you know why I think that? And this is what exactly I thought. It's because you can see the loft on the face.
Yeah.
Like it sort of is a little bit more comforting rather than, you know, a 3 wood scares me personally because it looks absolutely tiny and the face looks so flat. I'll get my curtains and Nan's tablecloth out of the video there so you can see it, everybody. Okay, right, come on.
I don't really know where to tee it.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Is that about right? Feels a little low. Let's go there.
Okay, so you're going a little bit higher. I think that's about right.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not going to tell you any of these, okay, of what you do.
Okay.
I'm just going to... Oh, a little heely maybe?
Little heely, yeah.
Found the fairway. Okay, perfect. There's the first shot.
And here's Dale's first shot. Now remember, he doesn't have any idea how far that's just gone.
I nearly did the cardinals in there. I nearly told you exactly how far that went. Oh, let's change the screen here.
Yeah, it was a little heely.
Let's just see where you got that then. Show us
A
on
little
this.
ball print there, you can just...
Oh, just a bit here?
Yeah.
Okay, here's
Not
ball 2. Okay, just so everybody can see these here. This was Dale's first shot here on the bottom with the mini driver, which was it was probably better than he thought. But we are teeing this a bit higher this time. So would you say that's near enough where you tee driver? Or a little bit lower than driver? Because you put the tee just in the ground, don't you? You're really high with driver.
Yeah, I'm sort of in between like a pink and an orange, like in between.
Yeah. Okay, here's ball number 2 for Dale. Like, oh
wow.
That was smoked. That was smoked. Okay. Now, that is seriously interesting. Right, so you've now hit 2 away. What's your first impressions? Does it feel shorter? Does it feel easier to get in the middle?
Well, it was high in the face, but in the middle.
Yeah.
It went past my drive. So yeah, it felt really solid. Not difficult to hit.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be really difficult to hit. Once I got the right tee height, yeah, it felt sweet. Right,
let's get Dale's third shot with this. So, I actually think this could be a club for a golfer like you, where you're single figures, and to get lower. I mean, actually, to be fair, think about this. I'm going to ask you guys a question here. There's a guy that I teach. He has a driver and a mini driver. So he uses a driver on like a wide open par 5, but then if he's got a narrow par 4, he will then use a mini driver.
Bit more accuracy.
Yeah, would that be something you'd go, yeah, you know what, like it's maybe not going to go as far as my driver? Well, I'm not going to tell you that actually. But I feel like I've got more accuracy.
Yeah, I think so. I think if I know that I can just swing at it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to think maybe 75% 80 swing because I need to get it in the fairway. I can just swing knowing that I'm going to get that accuracy. Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Okay, here's ball number 3. Tell you what, super accurate. Bit spinny.
Yeah.
Is that a little heely again? But you know what?
No, bang out the middle. I think it was just an open face.
Interesting that though. That's gone a lot further. Oh my God, right. This is seriously interesting. They'll literally just hit that bang where you want to hit it. Straight out the ideal middle on that centre line. Right. I'm just going to read out your ball speed, just to remind you, with your own driver, average on the 3 shots, 144.7.
Yeah.
Right? Your average with this, 144.7.
Oh wow, so it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I want to go into this a little bit more. You've eclipsed, right, your fastest ball speed with your own driver with this.
What, on a single shot?
150.8.
So 150.
142 and 140. They were the 3 shots you hit with the mini driver, but a 150.8. The fastest you got with your own driver was a 147.
Wow.
You're 3 miles an hour quicker with this, that last shot, even with an open face.
That's impressive.
Total, 255 with your own versus 242. But really interesting this. The final thing I want to show you here is club head speed. Because for what you applied as slightly less club head speed, you were getting more out of it in terms of ball speed.
All right, better smash.
So yeah, exactly that. So it comes back to the point of you finding the middle more with this than you are with your own. And that can only be, in my eyes, the fact that it's a shorter shaft. So here you had a 101.8 with the mini driver versus a 102.7.
Right, so I am getting more out of it then.
Yeah.
Right, well I'm going to take this.
Mine? Oh, that was really spinny. Bit out the heel. Yeah, it's not going to be as long, that. But I will say this.
Let's dive into my data. First up, club head speed. The mini driver is a little bit on the slower side, but remember the shaft is a little bit shorter. Accuracy was good though. Next up, the ball speed. Again, we're sacrificing around 5 miles an hour. Now the things we've got to think about here is, first off, I've been fitted for my driver. I haven't been fitted for this. Could some fine tuning actually mean it's a little bit more competitive? Or actually, is it a club that doesn't go as long, but is way more accurate? Now, we've got to have a look at this off the deck. This is what I'm insanely excited for. So let's both hit it off the deck.
About this with water there. Oh my God, I absolutely nutted that.
153.6 ball speed
150.
off the deck.
Oh my God, that was absolutely crunched. Our stats here, 153.6, 107.9, 232 carry, 3000 spin, and a 267 total. So yeah, let me answer that question. I would have this instead of my 3-wood.
With that strike, you've got it, right?
And it's that felt, even though it's got less loft than a 3-wood, almost how that interacts with the ground was ace, in the sense of it did a lot more than I thought it was going to do. Right, enough of me talking, get it off the deck.
Speaking of ground interaction.
Now the only thing I would say with this, in terms of if I'm replacing it with a 3-wood, I don't feel it's going to be as versatile, in the sense of I was searching for an absolutely picture perfect lie there in order to, you know, like get it good. And that's where I think there is some slight downsides with this. It has to be a picture perfect lie. Like I'm looking at that now, I'm thinking that's a brave one, that. I'm thinking more that bit of tuft there, or even that there.
I'm going to hit the...
Oh, we're going a bit too far back, yeah. We could even go a little further forward. Yeah, we're back to where you just had it. Oh my God.
Can't get an advantage by putting him in a hole.
Ball's not round. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Right. What are you thinking off the deck?
If I make it to the ladies' tees, I'm pretty happy with this.
Because again, that you were saying before, you like to tee it high.
Yeah.
So this probably scares you a little bit.
Yep.
Well, here we go. Final shot of this video.
I cannot hit a 3-wood.
and we're just going to see how this goes. Hey!
I'll take it.
Do you know what I think it is? Because it's a slightly bigger head than the 3 wood, it allows them to put the CG lower and further back, so you can actually get a little bit more spin than you think. Do you know what? It's not bad at all.
It's not bad, that.
145 ball speed you just had there. 145 ball speed. So, give me an overall verdict. I'm going to say right now, I really like it. It would be not replacing my driver, but it would be in there as maybe replacing my 3 wood.
Yeah, so for me, without having a 3 wood in the bag, I would happily, I think if I was to get fitted for this with the right shaft in the right settings, I'd absolutely play this. I got a lot of confidence from hitting them shots, so yeah, really, really like it. I'm very surprised.
Interesting. What a fun test to do. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, to subscribe. I look forward to seeing another video.